Algeria's World Cup group. Algeria will be featuring in the World Cup for the first time in 12 years in 2026. Credit goes to Petkovic for organising the side and structuring them well enough to look like a solid enough side that will only look like it will improve. The last time Algeria featured in the World Cup was in the 2014 edition, and they lost to the World Cup winners that year, Germany, in the round of 16. In my opinion, giving them the hardest game of the tournament alongside Argentina. So, what should Algerian fans expect from this World Cup, and what should the world expect from Algeria? Algeria are in Group J with Argentina, Austria, and Jordan. Not the easiest of groups, but not the hardest at the same time. Let's go through the teams they have to face in their group in the order of the matches. Argentina, the World Cup holders. This game here should be entertaining. Argentina have a solid squad with an amazing manager who's been there for years, knowing the squad in and out. That plays a bit of an advantage in international football, so it will be tricky for any sides coming up against them. Algeria will have to line up with a more physical attack and midfield, in my opinion. If all players stay fit, which hopefully they do, I would put Bunajah and Bulbina. Those two have to be in attack. They're Algeria's most physical attackers, and in the midfield, Boudawi, Abdelli, or Bentaleb. Any of those two, but Boudawi has to be a must in that midfield, regardless of the style of play. The reason I'm saying Algeria have to go more physical is because South Americans love to play with a lot of aggression and physicality. As much as I love Maza, Shaibi, Amoura, and Guiri, I feel like they won't be able to match the physicality, whereas Munajah, Bulbina, and Abdelli will be able to hack him much better. Messi is Messi, it will be difficult to keep him quiet. In my opinion, Algeria just have to start this game physical and in the last 30 minutes, bring on your best technical players who will be fresh and the physicality won't be as much of an issue as the Argentinian players will be tired. That's Algeria's best way of setting up against giants Argentina. In my opinion, regardless of how they set up, I still think they'll lose this game. But you never know. In football, anything's unpredictable. That's how they should go into the game. I think they'll lose this game 3-1, but they'll go down with a fight, and this won't be a humiliation like many would expect. Algeria's second game of the World Cup is Jordan. This game here, I would start your best players. Forget the tactical setup as much like you would do for Argentina. Obviously, you need tactical setups for every match, but certain ones you have to adjust more than others. But Argentina can be, not Argentina, sorry, Algeria, apologies, I mean Algeria can be more themselves and let Jordan show them more respect, as they're the much more dominant side. Much respect and love for Jordan, by the way, no disrespect, but Algeria is clearly the much better side. I think it'll be a close match at the start. No team is easy like that in the World Cup unless you're a top 5 nation playing against a nation who's just made their first World Cup. Algeria win this game for me, a 2-1 win, with the players like Maza, Guiri, Amora, and those I mentioned earlier. If I've missed out anyone that I said should be dropped, they should start this game. The technical players should be starting. They have the better quality players, they have the better manager, and they should be pumped up to get their first World Cup win in 12 years. The fullbacks of Algeria, with the attacking power they have, in my opinion, there'll be too much for the Jordan defenders to handle. 2-0 win for Algeria. And finally, Algeria's final group game against Austria. The history behind this match. For those of you that don't know, Algeria were in the same group as Austria in 1982, and Austria decided to hold out a 0-0 draw against West Germany so that they go through and Algeria gets knocked out. Algerians haven't forgotten about this, and this actually caused FIFA to change the World Cup format, have 4 teams in each group, and each game is played at the same time. This is such a tough game to decide on. I was just thinking about this game, and it's difficult. Austria have a top manager in Ralf Rangnick, top players like Sabitzer, Alaba if he's fit enough to play, Leimer, Danzo, Seawald, and more. In the Euros 2024, they impressed a lot of people, topping a group of France and Netherlands, showing they're a side who set up well and could cause a threat. I don't know, it's very equal for me, and this game just determines both teams' group stages. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. Pressure gets to both teams with both thinking they must win, but they both get too passive in case they lose because I think if either of these two teams lose, they're basically out of the tournament. However, I could see Algeria winning 2-1, but I will stick with a 1-1 draw. With 4 points, I think Algeria will come second or third, and in this year's 2026 World Cup, some third place teams are going through. I think it's the four of the best third place teams will be going through. I think Algeria get out of this group with 4 points, whether that's in second or third. They'll be one of the best third place sides if they finish on 4 points. Let me know what you lot think of this group for Algeria and how you think they'll do this World Cup. That's the end of the video, everyone. Thank you for watching.